how do you meet people to mentor you? Okay, so this is a good question, and it kind of goes hand in hand with networking. So the good news is you've already met me, at least virtually. So I'm mentoring you right now. So that's good. So you've got this one spot. And what I would say is when you're reading those trade organization magazines, or trade publications, I should say, I keep saying trade organizations just so you know, because every industry has trade organizations. I used to run one. I actually worked for two of them in music. So that's why I keep using that term. But that is another good resource. Find trade organizations. Like for instance, in music, you may not realize this, but the Grammys, that's the Recording Academy who puts on the Grammys. That's a trade organization. Academy of Country Music, Country Music Association. So whatever you're doing, whatever area of entertainment, they have organizations. So find those, see how you can get involved with those. And that is where you're going to find a lot of mentors, because those people who are involved, whether they're on the board or they help put on their conferences or their special events, or they're just members who are really active, they love to mentor. So find those trade organizations in your area and find who's involved with them and reach out. That's a great source for mentors. The other thing is, again, industry events. I can't stress enough how much, if you show up to volunteer at an industry event, you are going to meet so many people under one roof. It's unreal. So there's no reason for you not to do it. So just contact the organizer of any events and say you're happy to volunteer. They always need help. Show up, do an amazing job, keep your eyes open, your ears open, and understand that the people who have paid to attend are not there at the moment perhaps to mentor you, but if you do get an opportunity to say hello at a reception or you're passing them in the hallway, by all means, I would encourage you to introduce yourself, but be respectful of their time and the purpose that they're there. So I would introduce yourself. I would ask if you could possibly reach out to them and follow up for some time with them. I would say 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes, and they're going to give you their business card or tell you how to get in contact with their office. So that's a quick, easy way to find people who are experts in your industry who are usually more than happy to mentor. Okay, so find the trade organizations that run your industry, find their events or other events, and volunteer. Okay. Charity events as well. I always talk about that too. Charity events need volunteers like there's no tomorrow. And there's always some really important people at charity events. There's always some people who are, very influential in the city or the town you live in and the industry that you want to be in. Okay, if there are showcases in your town, this may not apply to you if you don't live in a town that is entertainment centric, but if you do live near any of the entertainment cities, then there's stuff going on all the time to showcase new talent. So I would encourage you to go to those if you can. Now, sometimes they're invitation only, but if they're not, if it's ticketed or free, then by all means go, because there's going to be industry people in the crowd. They're there to watch, they're there to look for new talent, they've been invited by the organizer. So go to showcases as much as you can, and just kind of keep your eyes and ears open, introduce yourself to people, find out what they do, and that's networking. So that's how you find your mentors. Look to your campus. I already talked about that in my lesson for, your career starts the day you graduate high school. I talk about when you get to your campus, first thing you need to do is figure out what organizations are on your campus that help to introduce you to people or to events going on, and talk to any sort of counselor that's assigned to your area of the industry or your degree plan, and find out what you can be doing in the local area to help meet people who become mentors. If you can afford to attend conferences or events as just an attendee, then by all means do that. A lot of them offer student rates. So look into the student rate, see if it's something you can afford, and try to go and just attend, and then you can really absorb all the learning, and you can be very present and really mix with the other attendees. So if you can afford to go, check into student rates or ask about student rates if they don't advertise it on their site. 90% of your success will be just showing up. So finding mentors means showing up places where mentors might be. Finding mentors means making a phone call to a company you'd be interested in working at or interning at and trying to connect with someone who might become a mentor. And a mentor can be an assistant at the company. Don't assume that just because they're in an entry-level position that they can't mentor you. I was mentoring people with my very first job in this industry. So you've got something to learn from everyone. So by all means, anybody who's willing to take some time with you, you should take them up on it, and you should stay in touch with them, and you should be appreciative of their time. And watch my whole lesson on appreciation, because that will serve you well. But anyway.